Hey folks, Wrong Gamgee here. I just want to briefly announce that the Quick and Dirty RPG system is now available on DriveThruRPG for $4.99. That's almost a 40% price reduction from its original retail price of $8, which makes it easier for you to get a copy of my labor of love to the RPG hobby in your preferred devices. Also, don't forget to grab a copy of the Quick and Dirty character sheets and other profiles at a price of pay what you want. The links to both products are in the description. Now, onto the video. Greetings folks, this is Wrong Gamgee, and welcome to Quick and Dirty Roleplaying. This video is part 6 of my discussion of how the EZD6 tabletop role-playing game is maximized for playability. If you're interested in my analysis of the core mechanics, combat, the rules for magic and miracles, character creation, monster design, or how to perform the duties of a rabble-rouser, go check out the previous parts of this series, as I will talk about the Game Master chapter in this video. In this final video, where I analyze the EZD6 core rulebook, I'll go over rewards and handy bits. In EZD6, the player characters do not level up, nor do they gain XP to spend on talent trees or anything like that. Instead, their rewards and the way they get stronger is through external means, via magic items, both consumable and gear, land, titles, fortifications, businesses, boons to skills they spend significant game time learning or using, more hero dice at the start of each session, interesting mounts and other means of transportation, and, best of all, the pleasure of experiencing an ongoing emergent narrative. This method, or apparent lack thereof, of character growth and change is something one would see akin to a number of rules-like games. Folk in the hobby often make the mistake of assuming that games that lack leveling up and all the trappings that go with it aren't suitable for long-term play. This is a sentiment that I disagree with, and have spoken of in a previous video titled Long-Term Viability in TTRPGs. Index Card RPG, a game also published by Runehammer Games, brought forth the resurgence of emphasizing character empowerment solely with loot, and EZD6 continues on with this tradition. To me, this type of empowerment style helps get the players out of that video game mindset of picking off like enough monsters that they can like scrounge for in order to get enough XP to advance in level, and focuses their attention on the world that their PCs inhabit. This also means that the number of strikes that they have never gets any higher, so the world will always be a dangerous place. They'll just literally be better equipped to deal with it. I dig it. The Magic Treasures chapter gets into more detail regarding, well, magic treasures that the heroes can find, use, and lose during the course of their adventure and careers. We start off with scrolls and how to use them. Scrolls contain rote spells that conjurers can cast with a 2d6 roll, and they can reroll any ones, meaning that they don't suffer spell burn when casting a spell from a scroll. Some spells may require anchoring in order to maintain the spell, while others simply last longer if they're anchored than if not. There are 6 groups of 6 spells each, so the rabble-rouser can randomly roll for a scroll with a d6 roll to determine the group, and another d6 roll to determine the scroll, a d66 roll. All of these scrolls contain spells created by named sorcerers that have an effect other than just straight up damage, similar to how spells are designed in Ben Milton's Knave. Once a spell from a scroll is cast, it is consumed. Following scrolls, we have potions, of which there are only 6 that have been created by named conjurers, as well as the eponymous healing potion that heals 2 strikes. Quaffing a potion only requires a free action and obviously only affects the drinker. Scrolls and potions are a great way to give PCs a leg up for an oh shit moment in their adventures without empowering them beyond their one-time use, as has been since times immemorial in the tabletop role-playing game hobby. Afterwards, we go on to more durable forms of character empowerment in the form of magical gear. These come in the form of jewelry, trinkets, magic melee weapons, magic missile weapons, magic range weapons, unusual treasures, and magic armor. Aside from magic armor, every other type of magical gear has 6 unique entries, while magic armor has 20 unique entries. After that, there are random tables that can be used to randomly generate various types of gear with one of 40 properties, such as Boost, Divine Weapon, Farsight, Gleaming, Life-Giving, Mind Grip, and Spider Climb. There are plenty of tools that the rabble-rouser can use to generate a wide variety of rewards for the pushers and shovers. What's more, since these precious items are, well, items, that means that they can be taken away from the PCs if they're not careful or simply unlucky, and the PCs will have to fight, or will likely fight tooth and nail to make sure that their sweet, sweet loot doesn't fall into the wrong hands that aren't theirs. The very last chapter in the book is called Handy Bits, which contain a lot of useful, easy to access material found throughout the book without having to flip to the exact page or the original source material. This chapter also contains tools to help the rabble-rouser generate content on the fly, such as encounter twists, NPC creation, layer creation, all with the role of D6s, or a D20 in certain cases. The ubiquitous minion monster stat block is also found here, along with various templates that can be used to give them more flavor, such as orc minions having boons to strength tasks, goblin minions leaping into cover after a melee attack, and untrained rabble that hits the PCs on a 4+ instead of a 3+. There's a probability generator as well that can be used whenever the rabble-rouser wants to leave some form of yes-no question left to chance. A number of d6s are rolled based on the likelihood of a yes answer, and rolling a 6 on at least one of these dice means that the answer is yes, or the PCs found something that they were searching for something. Goodies, according to the book. A likely chance is a 4d6 roll, probably not is a 2d6 roll, and little chance is a d6 roll. I'm surprised there isn't a perhaps probability with a 3d6 roll. This book concludes with 4 copies of the character sheet and credits to everyone involved in making the production of this book a reality. So that's it for the EZD6 core rulebook. While there are a couple of grammatical errors here and there, the style of writing in this book is that of DM Scotty speaking to both his fellow tabletop role-playing game hobbyists and to newcomers to the hobby alike, as if he's just talking to them face to face. It's a very approachable game that harkens to the spirit of the old school style of gaming from its origins in Dungeons & Dragons 0th Edition, Tunnels and Trolls, The Fantasy Trip, Palladium Fantasy, and many others, but with a much sleeker, no-nonsense game design that is maximized for playability. If you like or dislike anything in this video, please give it a like or dislike and leave a comment, keeping it respectful and relevant. Subscribe if you want to support my channel, and if you really want to support my endeavors, head over to my Patreon and become a member. The link is in the description. Until then, folks, take care and play to find out what happens.